An oppressive regime is waging a war on its ethnic minority. Who am I talking about? I'll give you two options, China and Ethiopia. Both would be the right answer. Ethiopia has been at war for 10 months. There is political instability. There are ethnic divisions. It was just a matter of time before China swooped in, and that's exactly what they have done. On Wednesday, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited Ethiopia. He met the Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister. Why not the Prime Minister? Because Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed was busy. He's apparently on the front line, leading the troops himself. Must be a first for a Nobel Peace Laureate. Anyway, what was Wang Yi doing in Ethiopia? Making the most of a hopeless situation. That's what China does. Ethiopia was a beacon of stability in the Horn of Africa. The biggest economy, politically reliable, diplomatically savvy. It was also one of America's biggest partners in Africa. In 2008, the US was sending around $1 billion of aid to Ethiopia. But in the last decade, it slowed down. Donald Trump suspended all financial support. And now the civil war is making things worse. Joe Biden is threatening sanctions. He's also withdrawing all non-essential embassy staff. And this is a problem for Abiy Ahmed. He's been fighting a war for 10 months, and wars are expensive. In 2020, Ethiopia's military expenditure was $460 million. This year, more than $400 million already. The Americans are not interested in financing this war, so who will? Enter China. Beijing has always eyed Ethiopia as an outpost for its Belt and Road project. And this is the perfect opportunity. Foreign Minister Wang Yi turned on the charm offensive in Ethiopia. All the war crimes and massacres could wait. There was a country to colonize.
The comradeship of Ethiopia and China is growing, and China has the desire to further strengthen this relationship. We understand the situation in Ethiopia very well. Ethiopia has the history, acumen, and capacity to solve this problem. We also want the problem to be solved there this way.
And Wang Yi did not stop there. He gave a crash course on Chinese foreign policy. Listen to this. China adheres to the principle of non-interference in internal affairs. We do not meddle in the internal affairs of Ethiopia, and we also oppose any external forces interference in the internal affairs of Ethiopia. We'll talk about double standards. Last we checked, Wang Yi is not an Ethiopian citizen. He is the foreign minister of China, another country. He is visiting Ethiopia. He's siding with the government in a civil war, ignoring war crimes, and then talking about non-interference. The perks of being a Chinese diplomat: you can say one thing and do another, no questions asked. China's designs in Ethiopia were expected. It was their perfect project, a vacuum left by the Americans and a civil war. No way China was just going to stand by. But the worrying part is this: Ethiopia is falling for Beijing's lies. It is eagerly lapping up Chinese money. Let me show you some numbers. By 2018, China had invested $4 billion in Ethiopia. This is all direct investments. And then you have loans. From 2000 to 2019, Ethiopia borrowed $13.7 billion from Chinese lenders. Bilateral trade is around $5.4 billion. All of this money is tied up in Ethiopia. For example, the Eastern Industrial Zone outside Addis Ababa. It is built and occupied by Chinese companies. Another example is the Addis-Djibouti railway line. Chinese companies were contracted to renovate this route. These projects are a major victory for the Chinese. One, they draw Ethiopia away from the West. And two, they gain a powerful partner in Africa, the continent's seventh largest economy and the strategic linchpin of East Africa. For the United States, it is yet another diplomatic failure. Another partner swooped away by the Chinese. It did not start with the Civil War, by the way. It started in the last 2 decades. US presidents have systematically ignored Africa. Their strategy was to throw money at the continent. But who did this money reach? Did the rulers bother to distribute it? Nobody checked. While Washington was ignoring Africa, Beijing was building an empire, and Ethiopia could be its crown jewel. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.